Welcome back. In this tutorial, I will focus on community analytics and activities and walk you through the following analysis processes: measuring community framework metrics, assessing community usage metrics. Communities are the primary pillars of social networking and collaboration. Measuring and monitoring community activities is extremely vital to increase productivity, innovation, and passion for collaboration. To quickly understand the state of collaboration within your organization, start with the following questions. How many communities do currently exist in your Connections environment? How are the communities used by the users over time? And how many of the communities are public communities? To find out how many communities exist, select Community Analytics, Community Overview in the navigation menu. Use the gauges on the top to review the number of existing communities within the Connections network. At the moment, there are 89 communities available in the Connections environment. Furthermore, you can evaluate the trend on 3 different kinds of community activities: read-only, read and write, and no activity. The total numbers for each activity are displayed within the past 7 days, 30 days, and the full time frame for the last year. By taking a look at how the communities have used in which way over time, you can assess the following revealing information. There are 58 out of 89 communities with no activities in the last 7 days. This is equal to almost 65%, and the goal of every adoption strategy should be to keep this number as low as possible. Taking a look at the trend, we see that the number is actually decreasing over time, from 58 communities to 39 communities in the last 30 days and 20 communities over the whole year. However, this means that nearly 22% of the existing communities have not been visited by a single user in the last year. Corresponding to this, we see that the segments of the read and write as well as the read activities increase over time. Read and write activities increase from 19 communities to 33 communities in the last 30 days to 52 communities over the whole year. Read-only activities increase less steep from 12 communities to 17 communities in the last 30 days to 17 communities over the last year. If you want users to more actively participate in communities, the key drivers would be move from sharing to solving, promoting communities, and working out loud. The Community Access Gauge reveals the division between public, private, and external communities. The number of public communities, in this case 48 or 54%, tells a lot about the state of collaboration within your organization. Public communities are essential to share and work out loud in your organization. The higher the amount of public communities, the more likely users work out loud in your organization. You also need to ensure that users are actively and consistently bringing work into the community, updating data, and creating new contacts, opportunities, and solutions. The answers to the following questions illuminate exactly this. Which are the most popular communities based on the numbers of members, followers, and on actual activity? Which communities are particularly active, which are not? To find out about the most popular communities based on the number of members, followers, and on the actual activity, simply click on Community Analytics, Community Utilization in the navigation menu. This will open up the Community Utilization dashboard together with 3 gauges. Each gauge shows a ranked list of the top 15 communities of the last 30 days. One of the communities by active users, one for by followers, and one for by members. The communities are listed top to bottom, and associated line bars represent the figures for activity, followers, and members. Obviously, every single community has a different partition of active users, followers, and members. That's why we see 3 different communities as the topmost community. Understanding the importance of each number is significant to interpret the numbers proficiently. For example, an average football team usually has more followers than members. If only members would be allowed to watch their games, the number of spectators, which are active users, would be very limited. In contrast, the number of spectators would be significantly higher if followers and random enthusiasts, who are not members or followers, are allowed to watch. So, looking at followers and active users might be more relevant than seeing just the members count. This overview gives you insights into all 3, making it possible to really gauge communities which are making a difference. Now let's take a look at the community activity levels and evaluate which communities are very active and which may require an extra push. To continue, click on the Community Analytics Community Activity link in the navigation menu. This will open the Community Activity Bubble Chart. The bubble chart provides, at a glance, information how active the communities were in the last 30 days and how they compare to each other in terms of activity. The coordinate axis on the bottom indicates read activities. The axis to the left determines other than read activities. The bubbles represent the communities within your organization. Each bubble equals one community. The more users are active within the community, the bigger the bubble. That means every big bubble in the upper right quadrant represents a community with many users being active in terms of read and other than read activities. The ones in the bottom left quadrant are the ones getting very low attention. These communities especially are in focus and should be promoted to drive utilization of the communities and work out loud. If required, it is possible to toggle visibility and use filter to show only subsets. Moving the mouse over the bubble shows the detailed activity numbers. Let's pick the communities Digital Remastering to get more details on the activities. This community can be found here as a bubble showing details of 51 read activities and 8 other activities by 4 users. Let's click on the bubble to access further participation and usage performance indicators of that specific community. Once you have clicked the bubble, you will be automatically forwarded to the Community Details page in a separate browser window. The Community Details gauges provide detailed answers to the following question: how do users engage with particular communities? In the upper part of the dashboard, you can see detailed user participation key performance indicators, split by members, followers, and active users. Depending on the form of a community, a user can choose to be a member, a follower, or both. These KPIs show you how they are divided and might be subject to investigation and action according to the findings. For example, communities with lots of members but hardly any followers might have trouble encouraging its users to activity. Below the participation indicators, you see 2 widgets with information about activity per app and activity per action type. These widgets provide powerful insights into each community's collaboration behavior. First of all, let's take a look at activity per app. This widget is particularly helpful to analyze and ensure that the optimal apps are used to encourage active participation. For example, forums may be a better choice for discussions than wikis. The donut chart on the right-hand side shows the total number of activities over the last 30 days and how these are distributed proportionally across the various apps. To the right, you see a bar chart which displays the total number of activities for specific days within a chosen time frame. Using the bars is easy to analyze at which times and how intensively the apps were used. For example, if we pick blogs in the donut chart, we see that 39 activities took place in the last 30 days. Now, make sure to zoom into 1 month in bar chart by selecting the 1 month button and deselect all other apps except blogs in the legend. The remaining bars represent blogs. You can see that on 3 days, the activity was particularly high compared to all other days. To find out how the users interacted with the app, let's continue analysis and take a look at activity per action type. This widget is particularly helpful to analyze and ensure that the communities are working out loud. The different types of activities are grouped for you to streamline analytics. The groups are: compose, meaning creation of new content; interact, involves using and editing existing content; undo, embraces deleting, untagging, and unvoting activities. As you can clearly see, read activities were leading in the last 30 days. However, compose and interact activities were behind. Based on these insights, plan and decide the next steps to grow active participation within communities. For example, get employees excited to sign up for more information and training in order to create awareness, increase utilization, and make certain that your communities and organization is working out loud. Regular checks on the key performance indicators give you the following benefits: overall sense of your organization's state of collaboration, KPI framework as the foundation to analyze, track, and report performance, prioritize areas where your organization should focus, adjust, and improve, increase your network's community momentum. Thanks for watching.